Hey everybody, Terry Bradley here, 2-6 player. Now here's the response to the video above. So if you were able to watch that video in its entirety, then here's the simple 2-6 response. Now again, we're trying to what? We're trying to keep from slicing our golf ball, okay? And the gentleman at golf.com is talking about the shoulder tilt to the right, okay? Now notice obviously the Tour Pro Jason Day, 7 handicap and the 35 handicap. Now the only way you're going to get the proper shoulder tilt without having to think about it is you've got to control your head position, because if you notice, Jason's head position is more behind the ball than it is than the 7 handicap and the 35 handicap. Now how do we know that? Now because of camera angles, you know, we can't look directly in front of the golfer, so we have to look at how the shoulders, how the head is impacting the shoulder tilt. So if you can see how Jason's head's a little more tucked, that tucks his shoulders to the right. Notice how upright the shoulders are. Notice how the head's more upright on the 7 handicap, and then on the 35 handicap, his shoulders are just basically square, okay, with absolutely, well, just 22 degrees of shoulder turn. So to avoid all that, we have to, again, control our head position. Now, I'm going to run this video a little bit to get to the point to where he gets into the explanation, and I'm going to show you how he's subconsciously controlling his head position, but he's not telling you, okay? So let's go back just a second here. Let me see if I can take this back a little bit, and we're going to look at, and I want to reemphasize this explanation before I get to his remedy, okay? So let me just run this just for a second.
Handicap golfer who's tilted much less to the right, and watch how this influences the path the club takes into the ball and how much more it approaches the ball from the outside.
Okay, as you can see, you see how when Jason drops the club, now his club's right on plane. It's almost square, okay, to his target line. See how the 7 handicap slightly over the line here. And we look at the 35 handicap, he's way over the line here. Okay, so Jason's swing is going to come right on plane. The 7 handicap's a little bit over the line, and of course the 35 handicap's way over the line. But again, look at the fact that, well, first of all, the 7 handicap's kind of out of posture a little bit. He's kind of on his toes. The 35 handicap's basically not moving anything except his arms. But my point is, again, notice the head position, the tilt on Jason's head. There is no tilt on the 7 handicap, and then on the 35 handicap, he may have a little tilt, but his body is just not working out with how he's supposed to get through the ball. Okay, so he's got a lot of issues going on within his body. Now, let's continue. Let's get to the remedy, and I'll show you subconsciously how he's working his head position, but he's just not explaining it. Okay, let's keep going.
Golfers with this handicap level are 17 degrees away from the tour average and less tilted to the right at impact. Notice how this golfer begins to also reduce the amount of rightward tilting earlier in the follow-through as well, a clear formula for shooting higher scores and slicing the ball more. An exercise that you can do at home, at the office, or on the range to help.
Okay, so here's the remedy. I'm going to let this run for about maybe 35 more seconds, and I'm going to break it down real quick. So again, the 2-6 process is light years ahead in terms of simplicity. For those of you who are on 2-6, you know what I mean. For those of you who are seeing me for the first time, bear with it and you will understand what's going on. Okay, so here we go.
Increase the amount that you tilt to the right is to simply take a golf club, place it across your shoulders, and we're going to keep the head of the club extended beyond our trail shoulder. Go to the top of the swing and begin simulating downswings. Pay close attention.
Okay, right here. Notice he wants to keep the club head in the shaft, okay, on the right side of his shoulder, because you want the right shoulder tilt, the right angle shoulder tilt. See where his head is? His head is behind the ball subconsciously. So it's not that he's telling you anything wrong. He's just sort of got too many swing thoughts going here. Okay, he's got you worried about the shoulders and how this needs to be, 30 degrees, whatever the case is. But what's manipulating this automatically is the head position behind the ball. Okay, again, head position behind the ball slows the trail side, and get you in the angles that you need to be in, positions that you need to be in. Now let's continue with his explanation.
To where the club head is relative to the grip, and you want to see that the club head is inside of that grip. That means that you're tilting your shoulders enough to the right to swing inside to out. If the club head gets even with or even outside of...
Now, look at his head position. He said now if the club gets even with or even outside the plane, which is going to have you come across the ball, notice how his head is moved from here to here, which would be what? Which would be in front of the ball. So the issue isn't to try to understand all your shoulder angles. The issue is, can I control my head position? Because then I know my head position controls everything else in the golf swing. And that's what 2-6 is all about. So I just wanted you to sort of see the 2-6 response, because my point is you could probably learn the golf swing either way, I guess. But for those of you who are on my network, you're saying that you've had trouble basically your whole career. All I'm saying is if you understand, again, the positions, you're going to be able to understand golf sooner than never. Okay, that's my motto, sooner than never. A lot of people like to say sooner than later. I like to say in golf, you're going to learn golf sooner than never. Okay, so hope this helped. If you're on the website, please look at everything that we have here. For those of you who are seeing me for the first time, I'm going to send this out as an email blast to all the members. So have fun, enjoy. Let's not get confused. Let's take this information, take it to heart, but let's put the 2-6 simple slant on it so we can play better golf. Okay, Terry Bradley, 2-6 player. I will talk to you in the next video.